Okay. Oh, I guess I'm live. I did it. Ooh, I did it. Okay, that might be a small accomplishment for some and not others. Hey, what's up? I hope it says I'm live. So I hope that I am live and you can see me. I've never done this before. So basically, I'm new to the game. Here I am. I don't know if anybody can see me. I don't know if you can, talk to me, but I'm going to get this started because this is bothering me. And when I say this, I'm talking about Chosen King, and I'm talking about some of his panel people. I don't know Mike Larry. The other day, Chosen King did a live with like Mike Larry, Kate 420, Huggy, and he had some other women on his panel that, when I kind of heard the direction where they were going with the live, I didn't respect it, and I was gonna participate at first because I definitely had I was writing in on the stream to participate, but once let me see. I participate, turn camera off, adjust bandwidth usage, leave call. Okay. I don't know what all that is. I'll figure it out as I go because, again, like I said, screen share. Like I said, I'm new to all of this. But I'm going to stick to my topic. So he had this Chosen King is what I'm talking about. He had this live the other day. And, it was just basically going to talk about the Kanika case and just other things downing Kanika and her mom. And that's not what this case is about. This case should have been about still getting justice for Kanika. I don't understand why are we attacking Kanika or attacking her mama. I don't get it. He so much want to pinpoint this mama on killing or helping conspire to kill Kanika, and because she's emotionless or her emotions are not lining up with how people feel like she should be acting, how people feel that she should be behaving. And I feel like you don't have to have a behavior pattern. Everybody's going to do things different. Now, some things can lead up to suspicion, but that's here nor there at this point. I feel like detectives and other people in that kind of genre can kind of tell when a person is lying and maybe in conclusion with a crime. This is not that situation. This is a mother who allowed her daughter to borrow her car to go to the bowling alley, and her daughter went to a hotel party instead. And by the end of the night, she's missing. She's possibly already dead or being killed at the time this mother arrives to this hotel that would not cooperate with her. You know what I'm saying? And now, people that started trying to help with this case, dissecting the cameras, the evidence, all of that, people that were sincere in the beginning are turning out to be crazy in the end. I mean, this case to me is driving some people crazy. And I know Chosen King said that, he always stresses, nobody's doing more than me. I've done this and this and that on this case, like a little elementary kid. I'm doing this and this and that on this case. I haven't ate. I haven't slept. I haven't. And I'm like, okay, those sound like personal problems to me. The fact that you haven't ate or slept, you're not getting paid for none of this. You need to relax, and you need to, I would definitely say you need to go get you some rest and make you a sandwich or something, because there's no way that you should be attacking this mother in the way that you're attacking this woman. You know what I'm saying? Um, Hold on, my alarm's going off. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so they get this panel, and this panel, they did like a pre-panel before the actual live started, and basically they were talking about a lot of things I guess they were going to start talking about, and Huggy chimed in, and just the energy from Huggy, I knew that I didn't really want to participate in this live, but it was just so huge, and all the, Rico kept different people kept, how you could see on the screen, people's comments. Rico kept, there were people who kept indicating that Rico wanted to get in on the live. I didn't like Huggy. And I said, even before the pre-interview with that live went down, Huggy rubbed me such the wrong way when he was talking to the ladies that were on the panel, that I knew Huggy is messy, and I didn't like it. He was like, the little boy on the playground with the ego and always picking on girls. That's the kind of energy he had to me. And I just knew even that conversation was going to go wrong, and it did. They ended up getting off the live, and then I didn't even tune in to the initial live. And I had a couple of reasons why. My daughter ended up, I had my YouTube on my television. So the Kanika picture, she accidentally seen the Kanika pictures, and she was really scared. She's 16, but this really frightened her. This whole case has been just like, I don't know, it just doesn't rub right with her. And so when she seen the picture, she was just terrified. She was crying. And I had to take some responsibility for that, because this is why I never posted the pictures on my YouTube or my Facebook, because I just feel like people really should not be posting that kind of stuff. You should send, give the website maybe, and if an individual wants to go to that particular website and check them out for themselves, that's the way that should be handled. It shouldn't be handled any other way. It shouldn't be handled any other way to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, Cancel. I'm just doing stuff because I've never been on a live before, and this is through my Google Hangouts. So I'm just a little nervous. I'm grateful that I figured it out, but I'm just like, I'm hoping that I'm broadcasting and actually, are live for the people to see. Because I don't see any viewers yet, and so that's kind of indication that maybe I'm not doing something right. Here nor there, let me keep going. So my daughter was really terrified, and she didn't want me to do any more talking about Kanika. She didn't want to hear anything about, because it frightened her like it was a scary movie. Like she felt like, this was some kind of scary movie. She just didn't want to take no part of it. So I didn't bother her no more that day with anything about Kanika. I didn't watch nothing about Kanika. I left it alone for a day or two, you know what I'm saying, to get her back in great spirits and not be so down about seeing those pictures. Okay, so, but I did wait till she went to sleep, and I made me a live on my Facebook that I was going to upload to my YouTube channel. But Facebook was acting crazy. I mean, it didn't tape about 10 to 15 minutes of my video. It erased it. That's because I said some juicy stuff. And I will tell you what I said, but I'm going to keep on about this Chosen King and his panel. But I just don't respect Chosen King. I understand you smart with these computers. You're able to, cipher through, websites and collect that information. But at the end of the day, I just don't think that you have common sense and the respect that you need to carry out any type of real journalism. You have a one-track mind, and you see things in a way without proof. You falsify and attack people, and you make accusations that you need your butt kicked, because there's no way you should be saying this type of stuff about people and throwing it out on YouTube that is such a large panel and have such a huge audience. You should not be putting these kind of thoughts in the hearts and mind of weak people that watch you, because I just really feel like you don't have a clue of what you're talking about. Everyone, you're saying this lady is emotionless, but guess what? She said a lot of stuff, even in that interview on the radio station today, that I just felt like you weren't paying attention. I mean, this is how, to me, silly you are. You didn't even have enough common sense. You trying to ask Rico, and these were the words that you said. He was avoiding all my questions. He was avoiding all my questions. He knew he was going to trip himself up. He knew he wasn't going to. You wanted to ask him stuff like this. If purple was Kanika's favorite color, why didn't Kanika have any pictures wearing purple? He can't answer that. Rico was smart to ignore your stupid, silly questions because they were foolish. They were nothing that he could answer. He can't tell you why Kanika's never wore purple in her pictures. He didn't even know Kanika. He still don't know Kanika. He don't even really know Kanika's mother. He deals with her on a basis. Then to continue going with that, you wanted to ask Rico, why did Jedediah change his name? And I'm like, that's also stupid, because you can't ask Rico a question like that. I mean, he doesn't know the intentions and the purpose of Jedediah. Ask Jedediah. Is the only one can tell you why she never took a picture with purple on. Rico can't, and you didn't even have the common sense to, if you gonna do journalism with someone, make it about them. Ask him, what was his purpose for becoming a freedom fighter, and what is his expectations to get out of this case, becoming a freedom fighter, and ask things about the case. You trying to ask things that have no meaning as far as finding Kanika's killer. It just, that's drama. And that's why I don't like you, Chosen King. I don't respect what you're doing. You keep on trying to pinpoint this mother like she's in cahoots with this murder of Kanika, of her own child. And like I said, if that lady wanted to kill her daughter, she didn't have to go this route with the hotel. She didn't have to be a participant of the hotel who wouldn't cooperate with her when she went to go look for the little girl. I mean, all she had to do was take her daughter off somewhere, give her directly to the big wigs, like you always say, the big people, and go from there and get paid for all the organs she can get paid for. Like, it doesn't make a sense, that the insinuations that you're coming up with to say that this lady was part of her daughter's murder. Like, it's dumb. Okay, this lady don't have the emotions that some people think. I'm very emotional, so I'm gonna act out. I'll be crying all over the place, this and that, but everybody takes it differently. I've been in a situation where I wasn't crying all over the place, where I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And I was attacked the same way you're attacking Teresa. And that's why I'm kind of for Teresa, because I know one thing with me, when people weren't around And when the cameras was gone, I cried like a baby. And I would, of course you're going to talk to yourself because you're thinking out loud, but that's when nobody was around. Maybe my family, maybe my kids seen it, but not too many other people seen that out of me. You know what I'm saying? And to charge this lady with not caring for her child, I just think, and this is another huge thing I think about Chosen King, because I think about him and other people in this panel that do a lot of research for this case. And I want to apologize. I'm trying to come down with a cold, so forgive the way I talk. But a lot of people that do research for this case, I think they misconstrue it with, I'm doing so much research, sounding like an elementary kid. I'm doing so much research. I ain't eating and sleeping, and I'm doing this, and I'm unraveling that. First of all, this is not classified information that you're getting. This is information that's on websites, on sites where it's available to you and to whoever gets this information. It's not like you cracking codes and you getting this information. And I'm not going to say somebody won't come up and kill you for what you have unraveled. But what I'm going to say is it's still available information, right? So you're still coming across as if you love Kanika more than her mama because you did all this. And I just don't see where, you didn't clothe Kanika. Then you're going to say today, I don't even think she can have kids. That's when I really knew you was crazy. Do you not see Kanika look just like her mama? Did you not see the daughter that was sitting next to her in that interview look just like their mama? Did you not see the son that was kid? I mean, you're crazy. There is something wrong with you. You're off your rocker because that lady, Kanika, is that lady's child. Stop this madness. And I'm going to continue to say you don't love Kanika more than her mama did. You didn't clothe her. You didn't take care of her. She wasn't living in your house. She wasn't driving your car. That stuff her mama provided to her out of love. And you trying to downplay the fact that this lady loves her child because of views. Because this case has become the most important thing to you. To me, this is how I'm viewing you. You have nothing else going but this case. This case has come so important to you that you are lost in the sauce, bro. Real talk. You is lost in the sauce. You have no respect for the living or the dead. You know what I'm saying? You have no respect for the loss that this mother is experiencing. Instead, you keep throwing stones at this lady. You keep insinuating that she's in on killing her own daughter when, she said so many key things. You like, why she get a lawyer? Exactly. She told you why she got a lawyer if you weren't listening. She said that the police department was treating her like a criminal when she's asking questions and they're not coming up with certain answers. She didn't trust them. So in order to get some answers, in order to make the situation come alive to her, she went and got some lawyers. She tried to call the police department to see if they can come view the tapes because the hotel was telling her they didn't even have video, which we know that's a lie. Why are they telling her that they don't have video or footage at the hotel when every hotel has videos? You know what I'm saying? So why are they lying to this lady, telling her that if something isn't wrong on their part? So you need to open up your ears and just let the truth be the truth on certain things and stop lying to this lady. Stop lying on this lady, not to the lady. And then you said, oh, Teresa, you need to come to Chosen's live. Teresa, if she's smart, she's not coming 10 feet of you. She gonna leave you alone because you love trouble and you a troublemaker. You getting people stirred up. I'm sorry. And People are calling you. I just don't understand. She's acting funny. I mean, people, y'all sound stupid. Like, how is this woman supposed to behave? You know, she can't be happy. She's supposed to just be sad. She shouldn't wear makeup. I'm not saying that her behavior is 100% correct on how you handle a death such as this. Sorry. But I'm going to say this. I still don't believe that she loves her daughter any more or less for the fact that she don't scream, cry, and she did all of that. I mean, when it first initially popped off, she did her little cry on TV. You know, and then you dissected the video where it showed her running out the hotel. I mean, you took that to the extreme. She showed emotion, but you know, if you see your dead daughter laying there, you have time to you have time to digest that. You have time to look at that and say, she's gone. You know what I'm saying? If you don't ever see her dead like she had to witness her daughter, then you know you have all these what ifs. What if she's really not dead? What if she's but the fact that she got to see her daughter in that freezer, dead and gone, she got to see her body the way that it was. She had time to digest that. She had time to come to the realization she's gone. And sometimes when you can digest things like that, you're not going to behave all crazy. You gave a lot of it to God, so you won't go crazy. You know what I'm saying? When this first initially popped off, and I found out that they were saying that Kanika walked in the freezer by herself, and that, you know, basically she did this to herself. You know, the first thoughts were, everybody knows that hypothermia will get you to a delirious part where you're going crazy. That's the first thing I thought of. But all of this evidence and everything that, you know, we can see on these videos, we know that this is a murder. Now, you got mad at her chosen king for believing that that was Kanika in them videos. First of all, you do see Kanika's face in a lot of those videos. They have tampered with the videos, but you still see Kanika's face. So it's hard for that lady to probably distinguish what's edited or rehearsed and what's Kanika. You know, she see Kanika's face. I said the same thing. And for the longest time, the girl or whoever is playing Kanika, or if that's Kanika, they had two shoes in all those videos. They had those two Jordan shoes in the entire videos. Now, the video showed Kanika with one shoe on. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? And the videos look the same. So it's hard to know when it's Kanika and when it's not. You feel what I'm saying? So I think that you just are sabotaging this woman. When she see Kanika's face, you see it too. But they say they did reenactments. Which parts are reenactments? Do you know? We can say, oh, that isn't her. Look at that. That's too big. But at the end of the day, you know, we'd have to look at the whole video and all the videos and say they just a lie. We don't know which part is real and which part ain't, because they did admit to reenactment. Let me think what else I wanted to say about that, because if you come on my channel and you can see that I posted in the bio box, I posted where I got this information. So the links are inside the bio box about Kanika having on different set of clothes and a different set of high tops when she left the hotel. When she left that hotel with 3 gentlemen and 2 women. Um, 2 of the gentlemen came back. One of the guys, he didn't come back, and neither did the women come back. You see 2 of them in the video, or should I say one of them only came back. And that was the dude with the little beanie cap that was next to that guy named Ty in that Go Live. Ty was the dude that was doing the Go Live as the second video of the night, or Go Live, Facebook Live for that night. Okay, so the guy that was sitting next to Ty when they were sitting on that little dresser was the guy with the beanie hat who originally walked out the door with Kanika. Kanika had on some different pants, and she had on some different type of more open high top tennis shoes. Now, if you go on my page, there is a link you can go to see the original footage, because I did an awful job. But see the original footage of Kanika holding these same tennis shoes that, not Kanika, but Monifa holding these same tennis shoes in her hand that was on Kanika's feet when Kanika left that hotel and never returned. Then all of a sudden we see, from the pictures that Kanika has her tennis shoes back on. And we also see in those videos that are reenactments that she had her high top Jordan gray tennis shoes on during the whole time, supposedly. You understand? And that just can't be fact, because she walked out with the shoes that Monifa have in her hand. So somewhere in between that time, those tennis shoes, Kanika's original Jordan tennis shoes, got back on her foot. Not her feet, but her foot. Where did the other one go? It had to be some type of wrestle, something went on. I don't give a dang what you say. This mother did not kill her daughter. You know what I'm saying? She came to that hotel. Now, I think, and this is just what I get from the 911 call. Bear with me, people, if you can. This is what I get from the 911 call. I get, and this would not have been me, but I get, did you hear how Miss Teresa, when she called, how nice she was, how she accepted what the operator had to say. She didn't really go against it. Now, if that was me, once I told him that my child didn't have her phone and her keys to the car, and he was saying stupid stuff like, well, maybe she left with some other friends and she's going to be back by the end of the night. This dude was performing customer service. He was not performing a 911 call. I wanted to sock and rock that dude because I felt like you're not listening. Young kids don't go without their phones. Maybe Kanika didn't have her keys, and okay, I get that. But young people, they stay on their social media, don't they? They are all about Snapchat. They're all about their Instagram, and they're all about Facebook. Now, mind you, she couldn't get on Facebook and all of that stuff because she lied to her mama about where she was going. And that was, Kanika's dark coming to the light. This murder exposed her truth, that she, her lie. I mean, the fact that she wasn't at a bowling party, she had a hotel party where she had no business being, and she had no business lying to her mama, because if she would have told her mama the truth, she would have been able to be on Facebook like everybody else, making a live, telling her every whereabouts. But instead, and this should be a lesson to you young people out there, don't think that you can lie and your truth ain't gonna come to the light. It is. So, just if you gonna do something, always let your mom or your parents know what you're gonna do, or sister or brother. Let somebody know who you're with, where you going, and check in, because this is a prime example. This situation with Kanika And the fact that my daughter was really scared when she seen the pictures with Kanika, it opened the door for us to talk about many things, for us to talk about even close friendships. And, she's 16, but like I told her, you're going to be going off to college. And, don't, when you set your drink down and you go to the bathroom and come back, dump it. Don't let nobody go get your drink, not even your bestie, because she doesn't drink or smoke or anything like that. I said, and sometimes if you think that you're going to hang around people that get high, but you ain't going to get high, a lot of times they will desire to see you how you are when you under the influence. So they might trick you or slip you something. So don't take nothing from nobody. If you didn't make your own drink, if they bring you a drink, play it off. Be like, I got to go to the bathroom and go dump it. I just laid it down on the line. I told her, we talked about plenty. I even let her watch this movie called Killer Among Us. I believe that's what it's called. It's on YouTube. And it's an old picture, probably back in the 90s, about friends who ended up killing their bestie because of she was pretty popular and she was supposedly taking their boyfriends away from them. And they got her out in the wood, in a park, in like the wooded area, and they all beat her up. In the stream where the water was. They beat her up, killed her, put a log on top of her. She was face down in the water, and they played it off. One of the girls, the main girls who killed her, what she did was she moved in with the mother. She played like she was consoling the mother, but her whole goal was to, make sure that she was misleading her and the police about the case. She did this for almost 2 years before getting caught, just misguiding the mother. And people think because Monifa went to the funeral, went to the protest, that she's not guilty. Bullcrap. Monifa has a lot to do with this. She know what went on a little bit. I just believe that with my whole heart because those tennis shoes was in her hand. And we know that Monifa's, she was her best friend. If your friend was under the influence, why would you leave your friend? Why was, and there's so many stories to how she, walked away. But the tape shows her walking out and she's not drunk. The tape shows her, the videotape in the lobby shows Kanika walking out of that hotel, and Kanika is not drunk. That whole night on the Facebook Lives, Kanika was not drunk. You know what I'm saying? And so, Chosen King, I do not like the way you handled Kanika either. You got this girl like a thought, a hoe, a dyke. If she was all of that, so what? What does it have to do with the fact that this girl is dead and gone? It has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing. So I just don't like the way that Chosen King, you're using your energy, you're manipulating your viewers, and you're making people see this case in a light where if the FBI wanted to pick it up, if they was looking at you, why pick it up? She's a thought, she's a hoe, she's a slut, she's out there. You know what I'm saying? She's not worth picking this up for. And that's why, to me, you're beating down the very purpose you need to shut your mouth. I don't understand where you're coming from. So for me, it's like, find yourself. Get yourself some business. Sorry, y'all. I've been drinking water constantly, because if you can hear my voice, hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. But if you can hear my voice, you know that it's in and out. So, and I've been talking about a minute because I'm mad at Chosen King. He's just not my type of dude. I don't like dudes like that. I don't like people, period, who really try to kill the character of people that they don't even know. I know people think when the Bible say thou shalt not kill, it ain't just talking about a physical death. It's also talking about killing people's character to the point where people ain't messing with that person like that. And that's what you're doing to Miss Teresa. But the real criminal-minded thing that you're doing is you say that you're for Kanika, excuse me, but at the same time, you trying to kill Kanika's character and tear her down. Then you saying this girl was sleeping with her cousin. Get yourself a life. Like, get yourself a life. You're crazy. And the people that follow you got to be just as crazy. I just heard you live again. And basically, it was a girl that just got on there and said, I just admire you. I've been hearing about Chosen King. Black people love drama. They love lies. They love rumors. Oh my gosh. They love to destroy people. It don't have to be true. Being true don't even matter. The truth is like the last thing to deal with. People love scandal. They love a story. They love a story. And that's what I'm getting from this situation. From you, Chosen King, you're creating all these different diversions of stories that don't fit with this situation. And some of it may fit. Like the mama being emotionless. So what? So what? At the end of the day, she still want to know what happened to her daughter. And if she was in on this, it's dumb. Because if she getting paid for this, now she got to pay all these players that you putting into the game. She got to pay. You already said Rico getting paid. He's the lowest of the telephone because Jedediah already got paid for what? Then she would have to pay the people at the front desk because they played a part in it. Then she have to pay the white lady who looked like she was going scene action one. You know what I'm saying? Because that white chick with the hair up and going through the hall with her little clipboard. I mean, she got to pay her. She got to pay the manager. She definitely got to pay the security guard. She got to pay all the kids in the party because they went back in and did a reenactment. She got to pay the fake Kanika. Do you hear how dumb that sounds, though? Like, that sounds so lame and so dumb. Like, it has no merit to it. Like, it's silly. And I don't get it because you said so. That never will make it right. I think, Chosen King, you owe a lot of people an apology to redeem yourself, to allow yourself to then be authentic enough to present people with research of a truth. I'm disappointed at people who take you serious. I feel like, y'all just being foolish. Like, I don't get it. Are people really that crazy and that dumb and really are warped and wrapped up in listening to lies to not care how you're hurting somebody and talking about somebody and making accusations without proof? Like, it's crazy. And how you're basically, because you're targeting everybody else, you're letting the police department off the hook and the terrible job they've done on this investigation. And another thing I heard Teresa say in the interview with the radio station this morning is that they were blaming Kanika as killing herself before the autopsy, before any of the information truly came out. They already had this summed up, that this was her fault, that it was a murder. So from the start, they weren't trying to make this a case. They were closing it before it even started. But you don't hear that, though, Chosen King. You hear what you want to hear. You're not hearing the fact that The police department is being irresponsible and negligent, and they don't care. And I hope that the FBI takes this case. I mean, there's so many like Teresa said, they didn't even take fingerprints. They didn't do any of the things that you should do in a crime or an investigation. Sorry. They basically just allowed this case to be like, we found her, it was her fault. And it's even the way that they were handling her body. And I'm talking about the coroner and I mean, he didn't have on any gloves. He's touching her body. He's coughing, he's sneezing, they're laughing. I mean, it just was a lot going wrong with that. That is a lot of people out there with some good common sense. They're concerned. There's a lot of people out there who got, thank God, some common sense to the point where they know you being an ass. They know that you're not being 100. And the people that's following you. I still haven't watched Mike Larry yet. I don't know why I can't get into him yet. Kate 420, I was mad at her for a minute because I felt like Kate, she did some things that she called up to Kanika's school. Kanika's in a picture where she has a braid going this way and she has on like a uniform shirt that has a logo of her school on it. And this K20, 420, took it upon herself with her mentally ill self to call the school. She's making sure Kanika's even dead. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I was mad at her too for a while, but she kind of redeemed herself with the next day because she revealed some footage about this priest. And let me see what that priest's name was. What was his name? Something Porcelli. I wrote his name down somewhere. Anyway, I can't see it, but anyway, she redeemed herself with that film. I thought that, that was really good information, getting it on tape, that this priest is out of his uniform and some scruffy clothes, and he's confiscating this camera. But that also should play into a truth, chosen king, and your followers. You should then understand if somebody has to steal a camera, then they have to steal evidence. And if you don't have to steal evidence, then you're not hiding anything. But the fact that you have to steal evidence is the fact that you're hiding something. Work and stay with me. I don't know, you're just demonizing everything. And I'm really mad about that. You're demonizing things that you should be, if you're not getting sleep and you're not eating. And I think that's affecting and warping your mind. I suggest you get some sleep, and I suggest you eat a full. I told you to eat a sandwich earlier, but no, get you a full course meal. Down with some milk. Get some substance in your body. Drink lots of water. Keep your energy up. But I just think the fact that you are demonizing everything is just warping your views. It's warping your perception. It's warping every great thing and flaws that you can see about this case that belong to the situation and not to Teresa. You're making Teresa this mother killer of her child that she loved. I think you're wasting your time with that. I think I just think you're doing some bad service. I mean, I'm just mad at you. That was my first part. Maybe I should make a different video about talking about Jedediah and his role in this. And I think I'll make another video on that, because this is about Chosen King, and this is about how I can't respect somebody who have such warped views. And people, stop allowing someone like this to manipulate you into thinking, you know, just crazy about someone. Everybody can watch a movie. Have you ever seen Mean Girls? You know, when you're watching this, you can see, when you're watching that movie about Mean Girls, you can see the people who are being mean. And you know how we talk to the screen like, that's so wrong, that's so mean, that's so cruel. Take yourself out the equation and look at it, at the situation, and see where you're being a mean girl. See where you're being a mean guy. See where you're just taking yourself way out of proportion with it. I mean, understand your role in hurting somebody and falsely accusing somebody, because you are responsible for that junk coming out your mouth. You are responsible for that. That's all. And when you're in agreement with a person that's just talking out the side of their neck, you are responsible for that. You are responsible for what's going down. You feel me? You are responsible for your actions and your participation in somebody else's downfall, or somebody else's killing somebody else's character off of rumors and assumptions and suggestions and just everything of a formula to bring somebody down and be a hater against them. Envy, strife, all of that stuff. Confrontation, anger. I mean, Chosen King, you be mad about stuff I don't even get. This is not a war against Teresa. This is a war against the justice system and how it has failed Kanika and her mama. It has failed Kanika for the world to see. And you're not mad about that. You're piggybacking off of it, and you're helping it. And I don't understand you, dude. I don't understand where you're coming from with that. You're not only piggybacking, but you're also in salute and helping the Rosemont, Illinois police to not do their job. You're not holding them accountable with all your platform. You're not making, you know, them be held accountable, because you're helping them with all this mess you bring into the table. And I'm so angry with you. I don't like what you stand for. I don't know you personally to say I don't like you. I'm just saying I don't like what you stand for. I think you're driving yourself and the situation crazy to a different demonic force. And I just think you need to watch yourself. I'm gonna end this because I'm going round and round. I think y'all get the way that I feel. I hope if I tape this right, if this is done right and I'm able to save it, I hope that someone sees this, view it, and really, if you are that person that is pinpointing and pointing the wrong finger at this woman and her family and at her boyfriend and the kids, we can dissect those Facebook videos of Kanika all we want. We can dissect her page. We can try to look into her mother's background, but it don't stop the fact what happened that day. It doesn't stop the fact that this is a murder that unsolvable. It doesn't stop any of that. And if we are fighting for justice for Kanika, then I suggest you start doing things that work towards justice. If that ain't your goal, then I can't make you stop talking about this, but I feel like get you a new hobby. Do something different. Let the people who really got a love and concern for this particular case, let those people be on YouTube with a great influence and a large audience and get the work done. I'm just saying, back off if you cannot participate in the right way. And I say that to all of your followers, chosen king, everyone that listens to you in a way that should not. I say find y'all something else to do and basically back off from this. Quit beating people up if you're not going to help get justice for Kanika. Y'all have a great day.